Wonderful here. So today I wanted to talk about our curriculum choices for this coming year, kind of what we're doing, what our year will look like, all those kind of things. I found all these videos very helpful. When I was first starting, I still look at a lot of them, even now. This will be our second, third year in homeschooling. But this is my first year, my son is a kindergartner this year, and so this is the first year I really feel the pressure to make sure that he doesn't fall behind other kids. I know it's not a worry for other people, but in our house, this is my first child homeschooling, and so it is kind of just, insecurity. Is that, oh, well, I don't want my child to not know as much as someone who is in public school. Because I was in public school. I think that's why. Before I get started, I just want you to think about when you're looking for curriculum, I would really focus on what teaching style works best for my child. My son is very analytical. He likes knowing how things work. He likes tinkering and putting stuff together. My daughter isn't like that. And I don't know about Harper. She's only one. So, that is what really influenced our decision to go with Timberdoodle for the bulk of my son's curriculum. But if you're like my daughter could sit and read for days. And so Sunlight is super literature based. And so I don't know, maybe that might be a better fit for my daughter. So I would really write down the strengths and things of your child and make sure that the beautiful thing about homeschooling, especially in our state, is that we are not forced to do Common Core. I can pick. And so of course, I want my children to keep up with public school and all those things like I had already mentioned, but I am able to, tailor it to their strengths. So, just that little tidbit. All right, so let's jump right in. Okay, so my daughter is, like I mentioned, is going to be in a P3, P4 program this year. It's mostly because she begs me to have something. If your child is not like that at this age, I seriously would not homeschool them, but my daughter will sit there and beg, and then if I don't give her something, then she's getting into trouble. And so she just likes to homeschool. So we are doing God's Little Explorers for our curriculum. This is a free curriculum. We paid money for the updated version, but you can print it off for free. I will link it below. But it is very, so what it does is it goes through the alphabets. So you get letter recognition in there, and they do have print-off pages so that your child isn't required to know how to draw the letter, which I thought was really good for my daughter Emery because she is only 3.5. But it's a whole written out plan, which I really like. It's less work for me, honestly. But so it's free. But if you do decide to buy the updated version, I think her sister-in-law is a design, is into graphic design, and went and revamped the curriculum. It has a lot more characters and stuff. And all the proceeds from buying the curriculum go to an orphanage in India, which was a huge, okay, I will buy it thing for us. So, it's your personal decision, but this is a free curriculum if you want it to be free. So anyway, it goes through, it says on day 1 for Bible, for theme, for ABCs and letters, and for life. And then it does have a book bag or busy bag, if anybody has ever heard that term before. So it's just some things for them to do. She emphasized that she used this majority of the time when she was homeschooling her older child to keep her younger one kind of out of her hair. So that would be what we would use it for. But it's read the story, act out the story, change it up. You're going on a treasure hunt. So the treasure hunt is a treasure hunt through the Bible. And so she'll learn all these new fun stories and that go with letters, and it's really awesome. And some of the skills, I was looking through it because I filed this all away, and one of them was, how can I help someone in my family today? How can I have a servant's heart within my family today? I love that. I love that it's already emphasizing, like, be a helper for your siblings and for your daddy and for your mommy. But yeah, we have a LaserJet printer, so most of this is in black and white, but for the colored stuff, I just went to my library and printed it off in color. It was like 25 cents a sheet, and there wasn't a lot of color things. I think it came to $3 for me to print it off, and there's 192 pages in the whole curriculum, so it's pretty, it's full, but it's not overwhelming. Okay. So now getting into my son, who is in kindergarten, so his has so much more in it. All right, so I will just start from the beginning. We are doing Matthew C, and we decided to go with Alpha. My son is just too advanced for primer. Or primer is how they pronounce it for Matthew C. It was just a no-brainer that my son is already in, like, it's addition or single digit addition and subtraction. I would look it up. You can just go to MatthewC.com. I can link that below too, to look up, like, you know, where your child would sit. We are a super thrifty family. So I actually tore the book apart, and you get a book, like the workbook, and then you get a separate book with all the tests. So I put them in page protectors in a giant binder because we do want a rather large family, Lord willing. And so even right now, my daughter Emery and then my daughter Harper can also use this, and we won't have to rebuy the books. I mean, you can do whatever suits your family, but it's just in a binder. And then I just take the pages out and put it in his drawer system over there. I just put it in his math drawer system. He goes over there in the morning and he knows what he needs to get done. Okay, so if you've never heard of Matthew C before, it comes with a DVD that you do on the first day of the new lesson. So there's like 7A, 7B, 7C, 7D, all the way to G, I think, and then you take a test. So on the day that you're starting 7A, you would watch a video, and then the teacher's manual goes over how to really, you know, emphasize the points and all that. And then you would just work through the worksheets. All right, so my son already knows how to read. We did Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. Amazing book. I will do a video on that one as well, but he did that last year, and he is reading fluidly. So it's great. So to solidify all those phonics, you know, that base for phonics, we are doing Explode the Code. So Explode the Code it goes all the way up to level 7. And then there's half levels up to like 3 or 4. I don't remember. I think it was like 3 or 4. But so we got 1, 1.5, and 2. And I watch videos for recommendations on what I should do. But this is a lot of, like, A says as an apple. Find the picture that begins with the sound of the letter below. So they would just go through and circle what they think. And there's 8 pages per lesson. And so this would be something I would do it like 2 pages a day, I think. So we're doing that, and there's 11 lessons per book, and so we've got about 33 lessons in all that we have to work through. Okay, and that also comes with a teacher manual, so that kind of tells you like how to teach it, and I really like that, just to kind of, you know, look at all that. All right, so this other stuff I all got from Timberdoodle. I actually went on the website, and I don't like their math, and I didn't like their like language, arts, literature. So those I did go off on my own and find stuff. But I did look and see what they recommended for kindergarten for their whole like their whole kindergarten package. And then I just went and purchased things individually. Like I just went through their catalog list on the website, and I went, oh, I want this, this, and this, because that is what they recommend. And I do really like Timberdoodle overall. Just their math books I don't love. And with Math U-See, you get all these like little manipulatives. So my son, actually, we started this a little bit. He can fluidly say 176 because of the teachings in Math U-See, and he's 5 now. So I really like how he can play with it. He can really, feel and touch the numbers he's being taught. So that's a huge plus with Math U-See. So we got this Mazes Around the World. It's just more penmanship practice than anything. My son really liked the other Mazes book last year from Timberdoodle, so I thought that doing another maze book would just be something fun. We are doing a beginning geography. We are part of a co-op this year, or will be part of a co-op in September, and so they do a lot of things. So this year will be medieval times, but it is maps. There are maps involved. And I also just wanted a good, solid foundation for my son to know, what are you looking at on a map? And so it starts off super easy. What is a map? And then it's like a bedroom. Something he can really identify with. And then like looking at a map, can you color a tree green? It does progressively get harder as it goes on, and this says K through 2nd grade. But again, my son thrives with being challenged, so I don't think that this will be a problem. But this book also comes with review tests, and there's 3 levels of the test, which I really like. So it starts off with level or review 1, which you look at it and you go, I feel like my child can answer this. Or that's not hard enough. I'm going to move on to look at, the review 2. And so I really like that. But it goes through and it's like continents and oceans. And then it just talks about it and like what is a globe and a lot of coloring. And it comes with 2 maps that are landform and bodies of water, and then continents and oceans, which I really liked. This last year we did do little passports for our more of our geography. I really liked it, and I'll have to do a video on that too. I have so many video ideas. Okay. Alright, and then Beats History of Me. Again, it's just what Timberdoodle had suggested, and I really agreed with what they were saying. It's supposed to be used once a week, and it just goes through like you follow a ball of yarn, and he is talking about like history and what is history, and it's super simple stuff, like family tree, and they have some craft ideas in there to kind of solidify what a family tree is, and history of Thanksgiving, and then my city, and just all sorts of really good and rich stuff that I love. Alright, so Timberdoodle, like I said, is very hands-on, analytical. I love it. They actually, like you can buy Play-Doh. It's not Play-Doh, it's like a squishy dough. It's the consistency of Play-Doh for your child to play with while you're giving, directions or explaining something. It's to keep everything moving because children aren't meant to sit down. I love that philosophy with them. Anyway, so there was like a couple different options that we could have gone with, but we went with aircraft engineer. I actually think we asked my son if he would rather build cars or airplanes. He decided he wanted to build cars. Last year we did something called Think Play, just like Legos. It's pretty much the same thing. It's just a bunch of pieces, and he just builds airplanes with them. And so this is something fun and hands-on, and get those thinking and practical skills working. During his week one time, and so we usually do it once a week. We also got this Pattern Play 3D kit. So it's just it's just more hands-on, butts in with stuff. My son loves them. We are doing long story short daily devotionals also. we got this from Timberdoodle as well. It was recommended through them. And so it starts out with like a main point. Like this says Moses disobeys God. And then you talk on day 1 about it. And then day 2. And then day 3. And it's supposed to be used in a family setting. And so I think what my plan is going to be is that we'll do it at dinner time when Daddy is home. And we'll talk about it. And we'll really have a good conversation about God. God is a huge part of our lives. He's a pretty big focal point for us. All right, then, okay, I've mentioned we are doing a co-op. It is Tapestry of Grace. I don't actually have my curriculum yet for that. It is only the end of June right now, so I have more than enough time. But we're doing Tapestry of Grace, and so what that is it will be, my son will be in lower grammar for that. And so he'll have art and geography and history through that. And so we, more than anything, we went to a parent come and see day there with my son, and my son seemed to not understand like when to talk and when to not talk, and some of the social skills that are learned in public school. And so like at home, he has pretty much my undivided attention during school time, and so he has never learned that, you know, there are other people, you need to wait your turn, you need to, you know, just calm down sometimes. And so that was a main reason why a co-op seemed very appealing to us. And the community. It is hard to go outside the box and not go to public school, go homeschool. It's overwhelming. It's very, like, you are very vulnerable. You're very insecure. Am I making the right decisions right now? Am I doing what is best for my child? However firm I am in the decision to homeschool, I still do have doubts, especially a time when I really am like, wow, am I really taking something from my children? Is like those first day of school pictures. We take our own here at home. I print off a template, but there's none of that like waving at a bus and, you know, crying and, oh, my child is getting so old. And I did do that while packing up curriculum this last year. Like, wow, we're in kindergarten now. It's so fun. But you know, you do wonder. And so it is always nice to be part of a community. Where I live, a lot of the people that I know do homeschool. And so, or are interested in homeschooling. And so it is nice to have that many people around me, but it is also nice to always, you know, have more friends and, yeah. So Tapestry of Grace is also Christian based, and so it weaves through the Bible as well into all these different events in history. So I really like that. And then for science, we are doing through co-op. It's zoology. It's flying creatures, and so we will do that and meet with our co-op to kind of go over it and everything. So that is what we are doing this year. I really hope it helped. If you guys have any questions or you want to know more about something, please leave a comment below. As always, if you loved our video and you want to see more of our life, hit subscribe. Have a great day. Bye.